Hello everybody, I'm on a roll. This is the third one on college football NFL draft day, Thursday. I got a good one for you. I'll try to keep it under 4 minutes. I bought at an old bookstore on 7th Avenue Everyday Life in Bible Times National Geographic Society. There were 400,000 copies put out. Copyrights 1967. Out of this book, for all you historians, Luke, the writer of Acts, a physician, was a historian, and he gathered information. Now, on a 3-page foldout in that book, I'll run this by you real quick. We are south of the Mount of Olives. There's a Arab or an Israelite. I don't know if he's a Jew. He could be a born Israelite Arab. Anyway, we're looking at the valley there. Way over here is the gold dome of the rock where my finger is. And there's a wall along this black line. And my point being from this is there are archaeologists digging south of the Wailing Wall, southwest of the high plateau where the Dome of the Rock is, Islam, the Golden Dome, over the wall, south. And in this red on this picture, I don't know if you can see any red or not, it kind of shows the city of David in this valley. Now, way up here, I'm looking at it backwards. Yes, I was. Way over here on my finger is Zion. If you've studied the word, the Jebusites built a fortress, a city, a walled city with a gate called Zion. And now we have spiritual meaning and understanding of all of Jerusalem is Zion. Back then, David had to capture this city, and he did capture it. And Zion was built by Gentiles, Jebusites. Right? Below Zion in the valley, David built his city. In that city, to the north area, the Holy Temple was built. And the Holy Temple was not built inside the plateau area. How do I know that? This is the spiritual flash. The geological, what was the name of this book again? It was called National Geographic Association. There is a man out there on YouTube teachings. His job is locating underground springs, lakes, waters, and rivers. And he says throughout the world, there are 3 or 4 or 5 special places where the underground lake is uphill, it runs downhill, and flows under pressure. He said that the Jews blocked it off and made it go up 50 to 100 feet and become a fountain of flowing water in the temple area. That is my point. And there's very little water, underground water, at Jerusalem. Apparently only 2 pools, north and south. In the middle, the Gihon spring under pressure to flow to be a fountain that they blocked off, and it went straight up. Well, when they tore it all down in 70 AD, it didn't go straight up anymore. But it is still flowing and running, and apparently some Jewish kids playing have found the Gihon Springs underground. They have excavated and found that spring underground that still has water in it running downhill. And that spring that came up in the temple area is south of the main Wailing Wall, where they tore everything down because the Lord said not one square chiseled human block or brick will be left upon another. After 70 AD, they tore that valley down. They lowered mountains. They filled valleys. but they missed the Gihon springs that was underground. And that is the marker for the temple area. So there's your flash. I agree, from geographical history of the Gihon Springs that is running today downhill, underground. They know where it is and where it runs, and it's south of the main wall of the plateau where they think they need to build the third temple, and they really don't need to build the third temple. God hasn't put his approval in his word for the building of a third temple. But we do know, if you're going to build it and you want to build it on the original foundation, you got to get as close as you can or over the top of the Gihon Springs, which is smack dab in the old ancient ruins of the city of David, south of the most southern wall of the plateau. And the Wailing Wall, or the prayer wall of the Jews, is not part of the foundation of the second temple. Spiritual flash. I put my approval on that one, right or wrong. Freedom of speech. And this, I'm a spirit teacher, and the spirit tells me that the Gihon Springs is still in the same place it was before 70 AD. And that's south of the main wall of the plateau. Love ya. Bye.